changes. I actually do not like when things change, but I have learned to appreciate the growth that comes from change. So if I'm abiding with Jesus, then when things change, not all, but when things change for the most part, it's for my growth of more fruit. I have been in quite the pruning season, and one thing that's been affected is this podcast. For one, I dropped to 1 episode a week. And for 2, I'm going to be talking more to the person I was, which was a burnt out nurse. So, as they say in the business world, I'm niching down. You will hear me talk more directly to the nurse, the healthcare provider, but I'll share more on the behind the scenes of this decision in my weekly newsletter. So if you're not there, get on that. You can go to www.theshanwright.com/insider to be a part of that weekly newsletter. But I want you to know that it is nothing but from God's leading. It is because God is leading me to do this that I'm making this change. And I want you to know what is still true. My heart and my mission is still true. It is still my mission to help burnout moms heal from burnout and live boldly in Christ. You can be a nurse, a CNA, physical therapist, hygienist, dietitian, teacher, or any kind of working caregiver, aka mom. I'm talking to all the helpers. You know your heart is so big that it's your career, your mission to help others. You may get paid for it, or maybe you don't, and it's a volunteer position, or you are constantly helping all those friends and family members. You are a true Martha, but don't realize that you aren't helping yourself. So if you were already here, don't go anywhere. If you are new, there are 166 episodes talking to the stressed out mom in general, and moving forward, God is doing the growing. Each episode will come from prayer and asking Him what to say and who to talk to, so we will boldly follow His lead. And even more wild is that I made this announcement today, which starts Nurses Appreciation Week, and teachers for that matter. So this episode is dedicated to that, but also with a little spin. Today we're going to talk about you appreciating you, something that only you can do. You ready? Let's go. Hey mama, are you overwhelmed by your full blessed life? Do you feel stuck in the messy, mundane middle? Then I'm so glad you're here to take a breath. Hey, I'm Shan Wright, RN, holistic wellness coach, and a mom to 4 that went from perfectionism, control, and lots of anxiety to intentionally living through simple solutions and so much peace. If you are done with the stressed out life, hot mess express type of motherhood, then heat up that coffee again and let's live holistically well in the middle. Let's go. So when I was a fresh nurse, I remember Nurses Week and thinking, what is this all about? We can get a free snack or a tchotchke, all while running around ragged and hungry and needing to use the restroom. For what? I did not feel appreciated at all. I was like, why do they throw this in here in the middle of a year? It didn't have a purpose for me. So today's episode is for my fellow mamas in healthcare, the nurses, techs, therapists, providers, CNAs, you in the scrubs with the aching feet, the full hands, and even fuller hearts. We're diving into a topic that is near and dear to my heart, balancing scrubs and self-care. I don't love the word self-care, but it fits for the title, and so we're going to go with it, and I'll tell you why. But how we as working moms in this healthcare field can take a truly holistic approach to the wellness in the midst of the demands of work, motherhood, and life. Because let's be real, our days are long, our schedules are unpredictable, and our bodies and hearts are often running on fumes. And yet, we keep showing up. We keep doing it day in and day out. So we're going to talk about the reality of it all. First, the field of healthcare is high stress. You have lives in your hands for the most part. So that brings stress for everyone involved. You're taking care of patients while also trying to care for your own family. Whether you're in the house or not, you're mentally and emotionally still carrying the care for your own family. There's compassion fatigue, there's long shifts, short staffing, and of course, there's charting and the actual legal side of all of it. And then you clock out and you're still on. Dinner, bedtime, school stuff, emotional regulation for tiny humans and teen humans and adult humans, all of it, right? So no wonder so many of us feel exhausted, behind, and like there's no time for you. But I want to shift the narrative today, not to add another thing to your to-do list, but to invite you into small, very small, intentional rhythms that support your whole body, your whole self, your body, mind, spirit, and heart. What is this? Holistic wellness, what is it all about? Well, for one, it's not about green juices and yoga pants. It's really about your whole being integrated. Practically, it's asking some questions. How is my body really doing? What am I feeling emotionally? And what do these feelings tell me? Where's my mind racing to or craving? What's a craving? Stillness? What am I needing? What's a need that my body is longing for? Am I craving stillness and silence? And most importantly, where's God in this? Where's God right now in this moment with me, in this stressful moment, in this calm moment, in this car moment? Where is God with me? And what is Holy Spirit telling me? So these are curiosity questions. These are questions to ask yourself to be more self-aware. It all starts with being aware of what is going on in your mind, body, and spirit. So I want to share 5 micro practices with you today, not to overwhelm you again, but to gently offer these ideas that you can weave into your day no matter how busy. And even if you're doing it in scrubs, and even if it's in the chaos, you can still do these things. You just have to be intentional. Number 1. Hey, mama, real quick, I'm going to interrupt this conversation and ask you a question. Are you feeling burnt out and always behind? Well, guess what? You're not alone. That is why I created the free Find More Time workshop happening Monday, May 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. In just 1 hour, I will walk you through powerful tools to reduce your stress, practical steps to reclaim your time, your joy, and your energy, and live, courageous faith coaching that I'll help you reset from the inside out. We're going to do it right there within the hour. This isn't just a regular old webinar. It is a live, real-time reset for moms in healthcare and caregiving roles who are done running on empty. If that is you, sign up now at www.theshanwright.com/more time. This is totally free, May 20th, 8 p.m. If you can't make that time, please still register. You will get the replay in your inbox when you do. Come ready for change, and I will see you there. Breath prayer. Of course, you kind of knew it, right? You knew I was going to say this. So a lot of these things, and you'll notice if you're sticking around here in the podcast, you'll notice that a lot of these things are the same things I've been talking about. I'm just talking to a different person, but I'm talking to the same person. I'm talking to the helper, the caregiver, the caretaker, which you are if you are a mom. And this show has always been for moms. So therefore, don't go anywhere. Stick around. This is still for you. Number 1 is breath prayer. It literally takes 2 minutes of your day before or after your shift or in the car. Hand over the weight of it all. Inhale deeply. Pray out loud the breath prayer. I want you to pick one that means something to you. A simple one you can do as you're going into a busy day is you can inhale, Lord, sustain me. Exhale, I release what I can't carry. And you can do that. You can pop on episode 164, 152, or 144. There's a few others, but these episodes are 3-minute guided breath prayers. You can do it with me so that you actually do it and you really center your heart and mind before and after your shift, or even throughout the day. You could have very easily found me some shifts in the bathroom, taking a deep breath and having a little prayer time. That was so necessary on some days, and I know you feel that too. So take the breath prayer minute, 2 minutes, and do it whenever you need to. Have it in your toolbox at all times, ready to go. Okay, number 2 is reclaim your commute. Okay, use your drive or your walk or your bike ride. I mean, for me, oftentimes when I was a practicing nurse in a hospital, I walked to work or I rode my bike to work because I was in San Francisco. And that was, oh my gosh, I loved that commute. Either one. Really, the walk was so decompressing because I didn't have to think about riding my bike, which was serious driving skills there in San Francisco. But use your drive, your commute, whatever it looks like, to pour in to yourself, to fill your cup back up instead of checking out. Don't use it as a complete, let me scroll my phone I haven't been on all day just to like give myself a breather. Obviously, you can't do that if you're driving, but you could do it if you're walking, or listen to just some, basic music, not worship music, or call back appointments, or like to do phone calls that you missed during the shift. No, I want you to reclaim that time. Listen to worship music. Listen to a life-giving podcast. This one. Pray, or just drive, walk, bike in silence. Let your mind unclutter before you walk in the door. You're going to go to your family. You're going to go home. Before you walk in that door, which I really, really recommend, is to do a verbal brain dump with God. Now, I love this practice to journal, but I want you to do it on your commute. So you're not going to have a journal handy. You could talk into your phone, into the note section of your phone, and then kind of record it electronically. But however you want to do it, just talk it out loud. If you don't want to talk in the middle of the street out loud, you can totally pretend you're on the phone. But you could just do it in your head. But I really think out loud is going to be best. But you're going to dump the day before God. Every thought, every feeling, every undone task, every emotion, hand it over. I used to go through my whole shift and everything that I did for the patients. Check it off again. Make sure I gave them every medication. I talked to every person I needed to talk to. And that was exhausting. If you just dump it and hand it over and say, God, I did the best that I could. Then you say to him, what do I need to know about this day and how I'm feeling? How is my mind, my body, and my spirit feeling? Tell me, God. And then what do I need to do in response to that? And then, yes, I talk about this journaling a lot, but this is very possible to do verbally as well. Like I said, it's really just a prayer. You're really just having a two-way conversation with God about the day, and then what you're going to walk into, what you're going home to, and the blessings that you have there. You're shifting your mind, okay? So that is number 1. Number 3 is prep your nourishments, not just meals, but really focus on nourishing your body with food. So you're going to not just meal prep, but nourish prep. What energizes you? That's what you're going to have to fuel yourself with for the workday. So actually, this takes prep. You have to go to the store. You have to prepare things, what you're going to buy at the store. And then when you get home, and you have to think through your type of shift, when you get to eat, etc. What needs to be refrigerated and cooked. I think we all know the good, healthy food and nutrients to eat. All the protein, right? We all know that. It's literally just preparing for it. So we aren't headed to the cafeteria or hopping on the DoorDash list for the convenient meals. we don't have to do those things because we prepared ahead of time. And definitely pack your extras like electrolyte drinks and clean caffeine and herbs and supplements that provide natural energy. You're going to need it because if you are feeling good and your body is feeling good and nourished, you will do a better job at helping others feel good. This goes for your home too. When you are providing good nourishment for your body, everyone in the household is affected. And you know that's true. But we tend to fuel on sugar and junk caffeine and just heavy carbs and complex carbs. And we don't feed our bodies the way we really know how to because it takes effort and preparation. Think about it though. Take the time to think about it and be intentional and say, I do want to feel good and I want to take care of my body. I want to steward my body well to God's glory. It's going to take proper nourishments. Okay, number 4, pray over your shift and your day and ask God what about the specifics of it before you go into it. The people, the things, the tasks you're going to do. Pray over those. When you invite God into your whole day, you will notice things. You will notice the way he shows up, the God winks all day. By the way, did you listen to that podcast episode yet? Okay, if not, do it now. No, don't do it now. Do it after this one. Episode 166. You will be so blessed by that. And in Draw the Circle by Mark Batterson, he says that kind of along the same lines as in the God wink episode, but the more you pray, the more you will notice. He talks about the reticular activating system, which we talk a lot about in this podcast as well. And he explains it simply as a cluster of nerve cells at the base of our brain called the reticular activating system that monitors our environment. We are constantly bombarded by countless stimuli vying for our attention, and it is the job of the RAS to determine what gets noticed and what goes unnoticed. So simply, you buy a car and all of a sudden you see white vans everywhere. Well, it didn't mean that everyone just bought a white van the same time you did. It just meant now your RAS has a category for what you noticed, what you paid attention to, that white van. Now it has a category for it. So when you see white vans, it signals ding, ding, ding. There's my white van. I notice it now. I get to notice that sensory information. And he says, when you pray for someone or something, it creates a category in your reticular activating system. You start noticing anything related to those prayers. So have you ever noticed that when you pray, coincidences happen? And when you don't, they don't? Well, it's not coincidence. It's providence. It is God creating those divine opportunities. And then I'm going to stop sharing from the book. But that is exactly what happens. The more you pray about it, the more you notice. So if you know names of the people you'll be in contact with throughout the day, throughout your work day, obviously you know your children and your family's names and things that they have going on in their life, but pray for them by name and watch God talk back to you all day long. Okay, and number 5 is ask this daily question. What is one way I can be kind to or help myself today? What do I need help with? Not perfect, not productive, just kind. Maybe it's simply leaving the dishes. Maybe it's calling a friend that you haven't talked to in a while, or going to bed early and saying, hey spouse, can you handle bedtime tonight? Or can you handle dinner tonight? You know what? That is a holy act as well. That is being so kind to yourself, and God loves that. Okay? He doesn't just love when you care for others. He wants you to care for yourself too. Okay, so wrap up. The 5 ways are breath prayer, number 1. Number 2 is reclaim your commute. Number 3 is prep nourishments, not just meals. Number 4 is pray over your shift and day specifically. And number 5 is ask the daily question. So friend, I know that you feel stretched thin. I know the hospital, the clinic, the school, the office pulls from one side while your home pulls from the other. but you are allowed to care for yourself, not just others. Actually, it's mandatory, or you will find yourself empty and drained and exhausted. You know, Jesus withdrew to quiet places all the time to be filled up in prayer, to be filled up by God. You don't need permission to rest. You just need the space. He actually demands you to rest. He commands it. And remember, your worth is not in how much you do or how strong you appear. It's in whose you are. A beloved daughter, a servant-hearted warrior, a mom doing holy, hard work. Who you are is not what you do. Being a nurse, helper of any kind is not your identity, but it is how God is using your identity to shine His light to others. If you want more of this whole identity talk and how to live it out in work, home, play, all the time, your true kingdom identity, then you've got to come to the new and improved Find More Time workshop. It's going to be on May 20th at 8 p.m. We'll talk practically, tactfully, real about how you, as the helper, how you can steward your one life, your one time on this earth, your one body, your purpose with joy, with peace, and with energy. Come get real coaching, just like we do inside my signature Bold Blueprint 6-month group coaching program. All for free, by the way. This is a free workshop to reclaim your time, energy, peace, and joy as a burnt-out nurse or caregiver. Register now at www.theshanwright.com/more time. To wrap it up, here is my challenge for this week. On this beloved Nurses Appreciation Week, or any week really for that matter. Choose one of these 5 practices that we talked about. Learn how to appreciate you. Try it just for 3 days. See what shifts. Notice what shifts. Get curious, just like we talked about in the beginning, those curiosity questions. Notice, be aware. Once you do these, choose the one of the 5, then ask yourself those questions. Just try it. It does not have to be perfect. Let it be messy, but let it matter because it absolutely will. It will fill you up so big. So I also want you to DM me or tag me and tell me which one you tried. I would love to celebrate with you. Before we go, if this episode encouraged you, would you please share it with a nurse friend that you appreciate today? I think this will be a gift that she actually would love to receive this week. And you never know who needs to hear this reminder today, that they are loved, that they are worthy, that they need to care for them because the Lord cares for them. Now take a deep breath. You're doing so much better than you think. You're seen, you're held, and you're never doing this alone. Till next time, keep choosing wholeness over purposeless hustle. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Wellness Warrior. I pray that blessed you. And if so, it would bless me big if you would write a 5-star review and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Not only would this make me super happy, but it will allow for others to find this show too. Also, I love to chat over on Instagram, so make sure to take a screenshot, share to your Instagram stories, and tag me at @theshanwright so I can see it and we can keep chatting and bring other moms to chat with us. Until we get to chat again, mama friend, may the Lord's face shine upon you and give you peace.